One of my favorite places to find craft supplies and especially journaling supplies is Dollar Tree. Starting off in the party section, we find these bowls that are for punch or for treats for a party, but I like to use these to store all of my garbage. As I'm cutting little pieces, I just stick it in there, and then it looks so pretty sitting on my table. If you haven't checked out our tutorial for Elevate Collab on Instagram, I will post a link down below, but we make some vellum using napkins, and I think it's definitely a must-have. Of course, a section that everyone goes to is the stationery section, where you can find lots of different stickers and bling that is kind of a no-brainer to add to your journals. These were especially beautiful with these florals. You guys know me, I'm a sucker for florals. And so those, I think, are so pretty. Depending on if you're like me and you don't mind adding some chunkiness to your journals, then these are a great find. These are more 3D stickers, but look at how cute the designs are and the colors. And then these owl ones are just adorable. I could see the cutest album made from these. So don't be scared when you're going into Dollar Tree that you're going to find generic stuff. I think that ever since they raised the price, they really stepped up their game. These ribbons are so cute. Did you see those hedgehogs and the sloth? And of course, if you guys know me, you know that I'm a sucker for anything plaid or gingham. But they have a huge variety of sparkly ribbons and everything in between. These are absolutely one of my favorite things to use in both mixed media as well as journaling, and those are rub-on transfers. And if you don't know what they are, you take a popsicle stick and it's almost like a temporary tattoo. It stays on the paper as you rub it on, and those are really great, especially these numerical ones. I think they just add some vintage whimsy to any page. Also, I know this says happy birthday, but you can always use it in the background as writing, and I think that would be really cute. The stencils are really nice. There's some unicorn ones, some birthday ones. These would be great in mixed media with all those shapes, but I think these kind of stole the show with those flourishes. And then this nautical theme one. I could think of a lot of things to do with those. Of course, I think one of the must-haves are these alpha stencils, whether you use a pen to stencil or some paint and daubers. They're really cute. But can we talk for a second about rubber stamps, cling rubber stamps at Dollar Tree? Look at how beautiful these vintage looking birds are. I mean, these rival a lot of the, the big craft store brands. So again, make sure you look through each of the sections, because sometimes you'll find different types it's stuck inside. Another section that I love is where the envelopes are. I love these clasp envelopes. You can find different sizes, and with these larger ones, you can actually make journal covers from them. Another thing in the stationery department that I love are these receipts, and you don't have to buy the vintage ones. You can get these, and they're just as cute to add into your books. Paper pads and file folders are a great find, especially if you don't need to buy a whole box of them. Here is 8 file folders for just $1.25, and then as well as 3 of these steno pads. You can take the paper out and use them for a signature, or you can use the pad in the back of a book. Another pad that I love to use are these writing tablets for little kids. I think they look so cute as a signature, as well as these Doodle Pads. The paper is actually really great for doing jelly printing, as well as adding different texture to your signatures. Make sure that when you're going out to look, that you're looking outside of the obvious. I thought that these wood laser cuts are really beautiful, and I think that especially in the cover of a journal, they'll be beautiful. I was blown away with the amount of paints that Dollar Tree has. There are so many different colors, and don't forget, if you haven't watched my other color theory videos, that we can mix a lot of these to make a lot more colors. So if these look a little too bright for you, don't worry, you can dull them down. The squeeze bottles that you just saw are actually one of my favorite things to use. I fill them with coffee water so that I can dye my papers, and I can do like a coffee dye without having to actually submerge my papers. These cutting mats I think are really great. They're small, and especially if you have a small space or only cutting something that's small, they work perfectly. I think I've walked past these several times, and I'm not sure why, because these are great for scraps. There's glitter paper, mulberry paper, and all different types. So if you see those, I would say to snatch them up. Their fabric section did not disappoint. There were so many different beautiful prints. As you can see here, even some darker prints that would be great for covers. There's also a great variety of different types of beads, like these pearl ones that I think would be really cute for some charms. I almost walked past this section and the bright colors stopped me, but these elastic bands would be so great in a traveler style notebook. The colors are just awesome, and you're getting a lot of product for your money. And so far we've been to areas that you would have thought of, but what about the hardware section? I love coming in here to look for different types of tapes. This black electrical tape is really awesome to give like a little grunge look. And I absolutely love picking up paintbrushes at Dollar Tree because I don't have to be so careful with them. One of my favorite types of tape to pick up is this masking tape, and my friend Tanya of Let's Design Creative, I'll drop a link down below, has a great tutorial on how to use alcohol inks with them, but I also like to write or stamp on them. You can pick up the clear packing tape as well here, but it is a little on the stinky side. Our last section is going to be the beauty supply section, and I think these hair wraps would be great as a closure for any junk journal.